All right, Bruce, first to you, specifically with the NAACP. Should the president have accepted the invitation? Should he speak to the NAACP convention?
Well, thanks for having me, too, here. One thing I can say, I can't speak for the president's schedule. You know, it's fast pace. It's going. It changes any second. But, you know, just to elaborate on something like this, you know, I think it would be, for me, if I were having an organization, if I wanted someone to attend my, you know, speak at my, organization, I would at least be, you know, nice to them, or, you know, not to mock the president when he had his pastors come pray and lay hands on him and call it, you know, theological hypocrisy and you know, mock him that way. And to have a leader of the NAACP out of North Carolina come out and say such incendiary remarks on behalf of the NAACP, I mean, who wants to, you know, come to an organization when you're not really welcome?
But this would not be the first president who's been criticized by the NAACP or another group and then going to speak to that group. That would be part of the reason one would go and have the conversation, would it not?
Well, you know, this is not a traditional president, though, you know, Victor. He doesn't just go just because Reagan did it or President Clinton did it or any of the other presidents. He's not just going to, he's not going to keep the same old playbook. So, you know, I think the president spoke very loudly as it relates to reaching out to all Americans based on our economy now. We're at 4% unemployment. The economy is moving very well. You know, it's got a historically low.
And that could be a message that he would serve. Now, Bruce, there may be some who question if Reagan lived up to that ideal, but do you believe that Donald Trump, the president now, is living up to that ideal of not being just the president of the people who voted for him?
Well, of course he is, Victor. And here's the other thing, too. In answer to April Ryan's unemployment on black Americans, well, let me tell you something. Teens between the age of 16 and 19 have the lowest unemployment since the year 2000.
Let's talk about adults.
Excuse me. And the other thing, I didn't cut you off.
Excuse me. Let's talk about adults.
I didn't cut you off when you spoke. Please let me finish.
Go ahead, Bruce,
and the other gentleman here on the panel, he talks about how it's going to hurt the Affordable Health Care Act. Sir, the Affordable Health Care Act is about to explode and blow up. And I'm a business owner myself. I have employees. My rates have went up as much as 40% since this travesty was put on the American people. And also it's went up 20% in the last year.
Bruce, so I think what you mentioned there was the Affordable Care Act. You're talking the Affordable Health Care Act is the Republicans' plan they're pushing through the Senate. And I hear your point.